Hey guys, it's Jake. I'm gonna try to take you out on a call with me today. It's a no heat call on a 80% Goodman gas furnace. Customer's a real good customer of mine. He owns lots of properties around town, and he said that at this place he has here, only thing he was told by the tenant was that the heat stopped working. So I don't know what I'm gonna find. It's in a basement in the upflow position. Dirt floors down there. Pretty tight spot to work on it. It's like your back's right up against a dirt wall. So I'm gonna try to record this and see if I can't put out a video. Okay, so when I turned the heat call on, the blower came on. I wasn't seeing any lights, but I did test voltage on this, and I had 28 volts between this side and this side, which means that switch is open. That's the main temperature limit. Rollouts weren't popped, and this limit down here is good as well. These are the filters, pretty bad, so gonna need a new limit here. It hasn't been running since Monday. Okay, so check the ratings on the limit here. I don't believe I have that one on my van. I'm gonna check though and see. I'll probably have to grab it from a local supply house. I'll go ahead and clean the flame sensor while I'm here. Oops, sorry about that. You can see it's a little white on the ends there. We're near the end of the heating season with it being in March now. This looks like those burners aren't aligned real great. We'll see what it looks like when it fires, but yeah, I've took it out, put it back in, and gave it a little jiggle, trying to see if I could get it to free up, just to get maybe some heat while I went and got the part here. It's not resetting though. With power off, you can do a continuity test with a beep and go from each terminal, and if it doesn't beep, it's open. If you're doing a voltage test on it, you should read no voltage between these two terminals here if the switch is closed, but if you read voltage here, it would mean that the switch is open. So if you're reading 28 volts here or 24 volts, that means the switch is open. If you're not reading any voltage, that means that switch is closed. So with power to it, do the voltage test versus continuity. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna see if I can't get this part for him. We went ahead and changed the filters, had new filters here. Went ahead and put those in. It's a rough little working area here. It's a dirt floor, and I'm literally leaning against that, which is some sort of growth, mold on dirt. It's pretty rough down here. No light, no service light, no disconnect here by the furnace. You gotta go all the way across, and there's a little switch you can throw. Okay, so I had the exact OEM replacement Goodman main temp limit on my van, so I'm gonna go ahead and swap this part out. I went ahead and pulled the doors, make sure I don't have any voltage. I shouldn't. There's no light on down there. Always want to test voltage before you put your hands in, and I'm going to go ahead and clean the flame sensor there. You can see, I'm not sure how well the camera's picking that up, but she's a little crusty in there, so I'm going to go ahead and clean that as well while I'm here. I brought my CO meter in, and I'll do a walk through the house. I looked down into this tube. I didn't put my camera in there, but everything in there looked okay. If we have any issues, once we fire this, I'll do a more thorough look and make sure the heat exchanger is okay. I did recommend a furnace maintenance. These things need to be pulled and cleaned, the burners. There's a lot of debris in here. Tried to blow off the top best I could here, but even down in here, there's quite a bit of dirt and stuff that's made its way in here. All right, let's go ahead and swap this out. It's real straightforward. 2 screws and 2 wires. And then 1 screw here. These are 5/16, and the flame sensor's on with a 1/4 inch. And I'll use a Scotch-Brite, green Scotch-Brite, to clean the flame rod here. Well, it's not too bad. You can see a little bit of a ring around it. I'll go ahead and clean that, and then we'll swap the limit there. But yeah, that's not bad at all, just that 1 ring. Always good when you're on a furnace, just go ahead and clean the flame sensor. This is my preferred method here, just a green Scotch-Brite. Does good. I don't use any $100 bills, I'm too poor for all that, like old Ted, but you can see it does a good job of cleaning them up. All right, we'll go ahead and put that back in and then do the limit. Okay, like I said, this is the OEM replacement here for this main temp limit. Always a good idea to use an OEM limit on these things. This is a 150F, and mine is the exact model for this. Clinic CS7. All my numbers are exactly the same here. So I went ahead and when I pulled these stake-ons off, I like to tighten them as well as on the flame rod. Anytime you pull them off, they can get a little weak on you. It's always a good idea to go ahead and tighten them with a pair of needle nose pliers so that they make good connection and they don't end up as a loose connection, because loose connections can become burnt connections or cause intermittent issues. So got this here done. I'm going to go ahead and put the bottom door back on and turn on my CO detector, and we'll see if this thing will fire up or if I have something else going on here. I don't know. I just know that when I tested my rollouts, they were closed. This one here was closed, but this one was open. So, and I couldn't see any codes through the little peep sight glass on this. So we'll see if it's going to fire up now that we have a good temperature limit. Yeah, we do have some flash codes down here. Open high limit, so I imagine I was getting 4 flash codes. Just couldn't see them through the sight glass here. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get this thing fired up here, and we'll see if the code's cleared out and if this thing will roll. And I'm going to just walk through the place. If it fires, make sure we don't have any carbon monoxide entering the living space, and make sure that my flames are steady and not jumping once the blower comes on. Alright, well, something I want to mention also, I didn't show this in the video. I did test continuity on this switch, so it was closed. It's always a good idea if a part, when you're putting a part on, if you can test it before putting it on, go ahead and test it to make sure that it is functional. And in this case, it's not over 150 degrees, so this switch is closed, okay? So it's always a good thing. Just do a continuity beep test on this one, and if it's closed, it'll ring off. If it doesn't ring off and you have it in a continuity with the beep, then the switch is bad right from the supply house. Okay, the furnace fired up with no issues. I got my carbon monoxide detector up there. I'm going to go ahead and put the cover on. The flames are not bouncing once the blower turned on, and they are shooting straight. I was worried that it might be off kiltered a little bit, but I think it's because I'm having to work like this sideways and lean down and over and look to the side when I'm actually adjusting this thing or doing anything on this. It is pretty tight. It's a dirt floor down here in an old house, and you can just see it really needs to have a vapor barrier. Look at that, that's all mold or mildew. I'm no expert, but that doesn't look kosher there. Definitely doesn't look good. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put this door on here, and we're going to let it run. We got new filters in it, 16 by 25s in each side here. And I'm going to do a temp split or a temperature rise on this thing, make sure it falls within spec, and keep that CO detector monitoring while I'm walking through the place. Just make sure I'm not picking anything up. Like I said, when I looked through there, it looked perfectly fine. Didn't see anything out of the ordinary, but if something faults out, you know, I can always pull the burners and scope it with my camera, or we can pull the blower out and look up inside of it as well if need be. But yeah, so far so good. Okay, so something else I just went ahead and did was put a zip tie right here, get these wires off of this. I mean, it's not getting hot, but I don't like the idea of those things just laying there. I can put my hand on it still. It's warmer here, but it's still not hot, but I like that better with it being up in the air versus just laying on that burner box. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and put the door on, and like I said, we'll do a temporized test and a CO test on the thing. Alright, well, I'm leaving that job, heading over to the bank right now. Did a temporized test out on that. We had about a 40-degree temporize, the target being 35 to 65 on that particular furnace. I did suggest we do a furnace maintenance, clean the burners, check the gas pressure, things like that. I bet we could get more rise out of that, make it a little more efficient. I don't think that thing's ever been serviced since that guy had that thing installed years ago. But he declined that right now since we're at the end of the heating season. I did a CO sweep through the house, 0 parts per million on the carbon monoxide detector. Raised the temperature up from 58 degrees to 64, and the set point was 65 by the time I left out of there. So we're looking good. I'm going to call that one A-OK. I told him just to keep an eye on it. Got those new filters in it, and if he has any issues, I'll swing back through. But everything seemed to be okay. Anyways, want to say thanks for watching. I appreciate it, guys. Like the video, leave a comment, all the normal stuff. You guys stay safe out there, get home safe to your families. Talk to everybody later.